As I wake up and lay my eyes on the phone, I see tweets that are quite interesting to me. These series of tweets prompted the inspiration for this video here, namely this one that says Draymond is living proof that karma isn't real, and boy, I could not agree with you more. This guy has a human highlight reel of him stomping on people, punching people uncontrollably. I would have thought this was a WWE based on some of these games he was playing. That dude has not only been able to appear on podcasts and say whatever the heck he wants, but is even being platformed to be on national television during the playoffs when his team is eliminated. I mean, this guy gets to cover the All-Star game whilst not being an All-Star this year, and all the while he's the least deserving person to be in the limelight.
I really love this group, and when I say this group, I mean this entire group.
You love that group so much that when Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins both got extensions given to them, the guy who claimed he loved the group, well, he wasn't very happy with it. In an article that Ramona Shelburne wrote, she said here, the Warriors prioritized extending Poole and Andrew Wiggins over Thompson, Clay, and Draymond Green during that summer after they won a championship, which didn't sit well with either of the two veterans. Even Clay was bitter. And thankfully, a leaker in Golden State got to show us how bitter Draymond truly was. Oh boy. The Warriors, what'd they do? They suspended him 2 games, 3 maybe? Nope, suspended him 0 games. He just got given the day off by the brass at Golden State. And Draymond Green filmed a documentary where he played the victim, hugging his children. Oh, it's beautiful, man. You want me to be mad at this dude? He loves his children. Look at him working out for the good of society.
I was told the world has been able to see one of your worst moments. Look at all the upside you have now. And it's a totally different way of looking at it. Like, the world has seen one of your worst moments. Look at the upside, and I can live with that.
Congratulations, Draymond Green. Oh, the Oscar goes to Draymond! Oh my God! This means a lot to my family. My child, come and hug me again. Ah! By the way, they're not unhappy that Draymond punched him. They were unhappy that someone leaked it to the public. They were unhappy and they wanted to give repercussions to the guy that leaked it. Not Draymond. No, just give him some time off before the season begins. A statement from Shelburne. The Golden State Warriors are taking every legal course of action to discover how the video of Draymond Green punching Jordan Poole during a scuffle at practice on Wednesday was made public, sources told ESPN. I remember Draymond being such a loser during that playoffs where they lost, not to the Kings, but to the Lakers, obviously. And clearly, even Steve Kerr admitted that the punch had affected the team. Clearly did.
There's no hiding from it. The incident with Draymond and Jordan at the beginning of the year played a role in that. It's hard for that not to impact a team. And so
actually pretty funny that Steve Kerr basically had to relive what Michael Jordan made him go through in the 90s. Except Jordan is regarded as the GOAT, and people actually celebrated that story. But Draymond, all this led to Jordan Poole getting traded for Chris Paul. I don't think anybody wants to revisit Chris Paul as a Warrior. Okay, that's not something we want to do. But it's real, it happened. And then that's all because Draymond Green had to ruin the vibe.
I think Chris Paul will completely unlock Jonathan Kuminga and his growth. Mm-hmm. CP is great with young guys.
What? What? There's no way he said this in real life, bro. Bro, I know some people, they've watched previous videos of mine where I covered a lot of this, Draymond antics, all the Draymond BS. But it just has to be covered because so much of what has happened the last 3 years has been affected by Draymond's antics.
I don't live my life with regrets. Like I said before, I'll come to a teammate's defense anytime that I'm in a position to come to a teammate's defense.
And people are going to eat this stuff up. Oh, no regrets. I was trying to defend my teammate, even though there was no need to escalate it to this degree. No need. Same guy that talks about it's a brotherhood, right? We're trying to defend each other, punches his teammate. I don't know why Draymond has the audacity to even talk, right? He's ruined so many moments, as you see in that clip. Yeah, 2016 he got suspended.
I think that's it for me. to continue mentioning like, oh, well, what he did in the past, I've paid for those. Like I got suspended in Game 5 of the finals. So you can't keep suspending me for those actions.
I don't even know how Adam Silver even listened to this part and didn't think twice to suspend him even more. He's actively insulting your intelligence saying this, because clearly you didn't learn from the past. You're still doing stuff like this, if not worse.
Coach Kerr came to visit me after shoot-around. And we sat in the yard. He cried. I cried.
This guy comes back on the podcast after hitting a bunch of Europeans and says, guys, I'm depressed. Steve Kerr and I cried together because I just can't stop hitting these Balkans. Like, what are we doing?
And this time was different for me. I watched him and I listened.
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the
Bro, how in the world are these dudes putting ads in front of my face when this guy's sobbing? They put a gambling ad in the middle of a sob story. I can't believe this. Bro, this is so fake. It's so... It's pissing me off, bro.
It has to be Rudy. I mean, the man cried on national television when he did make the All-Star team. Thank God he's made the next three.
Stop it, Dre. Leave that man alone.
I mean, you can't cry, Chuck. I said it then. I'm going to say it now.
The fact that this dude gets platformed on TNT, gets to say all this stuff here, and I get it, bro. A lot of people don't like Rudy Gobert, and, for some good reason. He's done some questionable things. He did apologize for this one incident. And you could say, oh, he learned from his lesson, guys. And based on his more recent tweets, yeah, I'm not going to lie, he probably still hasn't learned his lesson.
And I think we're going to win the championship.
And the amount of checks that he has made Steph have to cash, it's insane, bro. Like, this guy is actually crazy. He was out here criticizing folks that were playing in the playoffs whilst he was sitting at home watching it on TNT Studios.
What Joker showed tonight is that he doesn't feel Rudy Gobert.
And what Draymond showed here is that he's a hater.
Mention how long it's been, Draymond, that we...
Yeah, bro, even the Timberwolves fans were getting tired of this dude around this time in the playoffs. The Timberwolves actually ended up boycotting inside the NBA during that series after Game 4, their win against Dallas. They didn't do a post-game.
In corporate America, you get fined $50,000 because you say something somebody don't like. 50 grand? That's real money. 100 grand? I was like, oh, he only got fined 100 grand, man. What? $100,000?
Now, one thing I will say, I agree. $50,000, $100,000, that's ridiculous, bro. It should be based on percentage of pay, nigga. If you make $27 million, I want you to be fined 10% of your check, nigga. Huh? Okay, in all seriousness, no, I agree with Draymond. He does make a good point, except for the fact that he's the wrong messenger. I think he deserved to be fined more than that, actually.
Draymond down the lane, the dunk.
This guy went ISO on Rudy, dunked, and then did the night-night celebration. How did he pull this one off? I don't even understand how this happened.
It's obviously they ain't had a cat. Some would say he didn't play because Jimmy was in the building. I don't know.
It's like that.
So this doofus goes on his podcast, basically saying that Cat was ducking Jimmy Butler. When Cat all along was actually at a funeral that day. And when pressed on it, this guy just keeps doubling down on this.
What's the circumstance?
Apparently, he said he was at a funeral for a family friend.
Oh, man, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. But my comments that I made was, what I heard was this.
And worse yet, since Jimmy Butler got traded to the Sixers in 2018, he's only missed 2 games, of which one of them was for a calf injury and the other one being the latest game that Draymond alleges was because he ducked him.
And that's what I heard. So I do, send my well wishes to him and his family.
Dre's pride and ego preventing him from owning up to his mistake. No, he's going to go into the game and call him out. Ah!
That was fun. Really fun. It's good to see Cat show up and play like that. He played hard, played well. He's physical. Probably most physical I've ever seen him. Had a little extra motivation, so that made the game really fun. That was great.
Here he goes, the Shaq playbook here, trying to act like, oh, you're giving them motivation. You're giving them tough love. It's bullshit. He also did the night-night to him after, getting that layup in, but it's just ridiculous.
He said, I called him soft. I said, he is soft. He's soft.
Yeah.
He's soft.
Yeah.
He said, man, you a hoe.
I wish he said worse, not gonna lie.
The Golden State Warriors have held on to
And then in this year's playoffs, he just goes around and kicks people and grabs a jersey and look at him. He's playing hard, fighting. By the way, I'm pretty sure he already had a technical up to this point in the game. And instead of giving him another one, they gave him a flagrant foul so as not to eject him. This guy has the longest leash in the league when it comes to how refs deal with him. It's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous.
And the Warriors are poised to sit.
Bro, you see the camera dude just going towards him, bro. He does not deserve this. He doesn't deserve to be talking like this. I hate this. This guy is... How does he keep winning? How does he keep winning wars like this? But now let's talk about karma not being real, not just for a player, but for a team as a whole. Well, actually, we can really look at it and say 2 teams as a whole. But before that, we've got a sponsor voice. And it's you guys, the patrons. Oh man, this is a long time coming, but I just want to announce, yes, indeed, I have a Patreon now. I finally launched it. And if y'all want to support, if y'all are generous enough, it would do a lot for the channel. The lowest tier, as much as $3.99 USD a month. There's also a 7-day free trial available for the first 2 tiers. Obviously, every tier is going to get shouted out at the end of the video. Links can also be found in the description and in the pinned comment. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video.
I thought I would show you the souvenir from that night.
Oh yeah, he's still there.
You hang up the phone the night you're traded and you threw it?
Yes.
Do you have that phone?
Yeah.
And now we move on to the next section of the video where we talk about the Luka trade and how, quite frankly, this proves karma isn't real. It actively benefited 2 franchises that didn't deserve any of this. Like, quite frankly, the Lakers side. Oh, man. Let's actually get to the Lakers side, because I've got a big question, and I know some people are asking themselves this question. How is Rob Pelinka able to get away with this?
Did you have discussions with any other teams besides the Lakers about this deal?
No, and I'd like to give Rob Pelinka a lot of credit.
Huh? This was in secret? He didn't tell anybody. This is what really irks me about this whole thing, bro. I'd like to give Rob Pelinka a lot of credit. What a loser.
And I'd like to give Rob Pelinka a lot of credit. You know, trades, you guys have been around here. Trades don't happen at the smallest level without stuff getting out. And Rob and I were able to have, you know, really intense conversations over the course of, 3 or 4 weeks that started out as a coffee that, was more, hey, would you ever, I don't know, would I? Let me think of, and then it built upon that. And, we kept it between us. We had to keep it tight. J Kidd didn't know about it. But J Kidd and I are aligned, and we talk about archetypes and we talk about the culture that we want to create. So I know
this dude Rob Pelinka really just had a lick, bro. He just got a body, bro. This is a sucker. This is what we call a sucker right here. Just gave Rob Pelinka the perfect opportunity to oil farm here, and boy, oh boy, does he look like the most savvy front office executive in the league. I mean, the Lakers literally promoted him like months later. It's like, what? Unbelievable. This guy got given an out.
I think this is about as guaranteed to get a contract extension as about anything you could possibly have done for him in that job. And I would expect him to win Executive of the Year. If he does not win Executive of the Year, which is really one of the pettiest awards in the whole landscape, which is a different topic for a different day. If he doesn't win Executive of the Year, there should be an investigation. As one NBA general manager told me after that trade, the Lakers annihilated this trade deadline. Here you see the fruits of that result. Right?
If you're a Laker fan, something about that statement irks you. And I know it does, because Rob Pelinka should have been getting dragged to the mud for what he's been doing as an executive over the last 2 years. I mean, it got so bad that even Anthony Davis had to vocally say, Rob, can you please do something here?
LeBron James made some comments. He said that there's not much room for error with this team, given the way this roster is constructed. What more can be done with this roster? Are you satisfied with the roster? Do you feel like you guys need some more here?
Yeah, I mean, I think we need another big. I feel like I've always been at my best when I've been the 4. And having the big out there, we know it worked when we won the championship.
This video, by the way, was posted a week before the trade happened. And I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. For him to get traded a week after saying, it's just, bro, it's so nasty. And AD, I mean, he's not wrong. It did work in 2020. They had a clear formula to winning with Dwight Howard and McGee playing center minutes with AD at the 4 and LeBron at the point. It was beautiful. You had the guys POA defenders. They had shooters around. I mean, this was beautiful. This was a great formula that they could replicate. But I think the turning point for the Lakers and the front office decision making over the last couple of years was both after the 2021 playoffs where they lost against the Suns. And of course, a lot of that had to do with the fact that AD was playing hurt and he actually ended up not being able to play in much of that series. And I think even after the 2023 West Finals, the Lakers brass was like, I don't know if we should invest in this AD LeBron pairing as much. Namely, the Russell Westbrook trade to the Lakers being one that was made clearly because AD LeBron's durability was being questioned and they needed a third star to basically equilibrate. Is that a word? To basically play some minutes so that AD and LeBron don't have to wear themselves out throughout the season.
Didn't hit rim, so it's down to 3. Holmes, well contested. And Fox.
And we all know how that season went. It was a season of hell for the Lakers. It was a move that, quite frankly, ruined the Lakers then and there and basically halted their window for a good chunk of years. And then the Lakers thankfully picked themselves back up with Westbrook's expiring contract. Were able to nab D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt from the Utah Jazz and the Timberwolves at the same time. I think this was really the last time that Pelinka was in the good graces of Laker fans because I think this was a good trade for them to make, even though it did cost a first-round pick for the Lakers side, right? And then they made some interesting offseason moves. Gabe Vincent in 2023 summer. After that monster 2023 playoffs he had, not just that, but also nabbing Taurean Prince in free agency. And I'm not gonna lie, man, the Lakers were making moves here that addressed much of their needs at both, the shooting guard position and at the 4 with Taurean Prince being a cheap option as well.
The team that made the Western Conference Finals continues to add players that are going to be a consequence for them this year.
Dave.
Guys that were key contributors for them in the playoffs that year signed to very team-friendly contracts. It made Rob Pelinka look like he was a genius.
Cam Reddish is finally a member of the Los Angeles Lakers. We've been hearing about Cam Reddish attached to the Lakers seemingly for years.
And Perk, he's just kicking his feet up. He's just so happy. The Lakers are back. They're truly back in the thick of things. And when they signed Austin Reeves to a team-friendly contract, that's when everybody went crazy. Lakers won free agency. Lakers won the offseason. It's over. They're winning it next year. They also signed D'Lo to a short-term deal. I know the money might be steep for him, but look, Dennis Schroeder left. He went to Toronto. And so D'Lo now signed, committed to the Lakers. That's a point guard that is going to be good around LeBron James. He's not going to be as clunky of a fit as Westbrook. But again, as we know and how the 2024 season concluded, they lost to the Nuggets again in the playoffs, and it was clear Rob Pelinka needed to do more. And what did he do that offseason? Not much, actually. He didn't do much. The 2024 offseason was the Bronny offseason. They drafted Bronny, but they didn't do else to change the roster around LeBron. They have Jordan Goodwin on a rookie scale deal. I mean, these guys are really like Jackson Hayes at center. That's the new signing, bro. I'm not gonna lie. This team on paper just does not look as good as it did a year or two ago. And it would reflect in the season they had to trade D'Lo, where I don't even know why, but D'Lo made a video talking about he got traded, and it looks like a legit NBA YouTube thumbnail from like Nonstop or like. This is actually hilarious. Not gonna lie, bro. D'Lo got some interesting editors, bro. He got some interesting thumbnail designers, bro. He's going into his YouTube bag. But yeah, it was clear the Lakers needed more wing depth, and so they traded for DFS. And look, I'll be honest, I wasn't die hard on this trade, mainly because I think DFS, quite frankly, is overrated for what people ask him to do, right? I think he's one of the worst 3-and-D archetype wings in the league that is propped up as one. Now, the Lakers also traded for Shake Milton in this deal as well. And it's like, okay, you know what? The Lakers are actually doing moves finally after sitting on their butts during that summer in 24. But more moves needed to be done. And Around this time, this was when LeBron and AD were as vocal as they've ever been. We basically saw AD ask for a center next to him. That's not Jackson Hayes. That's a clear upgrade from Jackson Hayes. Like, enough with these little moves around the margins, man. Give me the big stuff. Hey, yo, pause. And LeBron basically saying the quiet part out loud that the Lakers' margin for error is small and that they would basically have to play near perfect basketball to even win games, let alone win in the playoffs, let alone win a championship. And for them to trade Anthony Davis a week later is what really just, it's so nasty. I know I said that before, but something about this from the Lakers side is just slimy. And that's where we get to the connection between Nico and Rob Pelinka, where, obviously they've, been closely associated through their connections with Kobe Bryant, right? Rob Pelinka being a longtime agent of Kobe's around this time. Nico Harrison working closely with Nike, with the players. Obviously, he worked with Kyrie, AD, guys that are in Dallas now. And like Nico, he's been probably wanting to do this for a while now. He's like, look, this guy Luka, I don't know if I like him too much. This guy, Jason Kidd probably like, like his defense. But like, I'm not sure who to call. Bzz, 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 gets a text from Rob talking about, yo, you want to go on a coffee date tonight? And then Rob's like, I could tell Nico that something's been bothering you for a while, man. How about you just tell me, bro? Like, just tell me what's been bothering you. Okay, Rob. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I want to trade Luka, but like, I don't know. Like, would you want him? Like, would you think that would be a good trade for y'all? And then Rob's like, wait, are you serious? you said Luka? You want to trade who? Rob's just out here walking in the locker room. He's walking in the front office. Yeah, I did this shit. And then this dude Nico goes to the owners like, I got to give Rob a lot of credit. Like, he's just a really nice guy. Doofus! He's a doofus. This guy's a moron. And gave Mr. Robert here the perfect out from having to invest more into LeBron and AD's title window. And then when LeBron James opted into his player option, it basically made it harder for the Lakers to make moves to improve the team. And now we're at a point where LeBron, there's like a disgruntled feeling to where he could be traded by the Lakers. Rich Paul representing LeBron basically saying he wants to compete for a championship and he knows the Lakers are basically building for the future. He understands that, but he values a realistic chance of winning it all. We are very appreciative of the partnership that we've had for 8 years. That's basically the fluff in the sandwich where he basically tries to fluff up the dudes, but then he says, we do want to evaluate what's best for LeBron at this stage in his life and career. He wants to make every season he has left count, and the Lakers understand that, and they're supportive and want what's best for him. This is now giving ESPN the LeBron offseason story that they've desperately wanted. Could he be traded? I don't think he'll be traded because his contract's too expensive for a lot of these contending teams that would want him to sign him on or to trade him. It's too much. It's too hard, especially with the CBA. It's not happening. And look, a lot of this does speak to the Lakers' history of, getting lucky and ended up with guys that, quite frankly, when you really look back on it, like, how did they get him? Like, they literally got Magic Johnson through a coin flip against Chicago. And then we all know they traded for Kareem because Kareem legitimately wanted to go to LA. And then obviously they got lucky with, Pau Gasol. I don't know how they were able to nab him from Memphis with Kwame Brown being the centerpiece. Like, I legitimately can believe a lot of the people saying this is the inside job of all inside jobs. Nico's a double agent for the Lakers. But what I will say from the Mavs side, it's even nastier, basically telling me, karma doesn't exist in the NBA, bro.
Yeah, I would have never thought Luka Doncic would get traded at this age.
That's basically everyone's reaction to the trade. Yes, a trade that, quite frankly, shook the landscape of the league. By far the most shocking trade that we've ever seen. And it still leaves me shocked months later as I talk about it today. The reason why I think karma isn't real for these guys is because, just like the Lakers, the Dallas Mavericks fumbled and made the worst trade they could have possibly made, that even the previous owners I don't know if I would have done that.
Who's your son's favorite player?
It was Luka, but now it's Max Christie. He did when we traded Quentin.
How did your son react to the trade?
About like I did.
Did you have to break it to him, or did he?
No, he knew. Like I knew 5 minutes at the most before, and so everybody else was when it hit. Everybody knew. And
Did you?
They make this disastrous trade, and AD already be injured after one game as a Maverick, and Gafford also being hurt somehow. Oh, what do you know? Cooper Flag's on the Mavs now. Like, bro, are we serious? Bro, it's not fair. Life isn't fair, bro.
There are tons of rumors floating around that the NBA gave Dallas the pick to get you in exchange for Luka Doncic. Do you have any reaction to that?
No.
I don't know why these people are trying to ask Cooper Flag that question, bro. Like, he has nothing to do with this, bro. But this just looks wrong, bro. It looks really wrong, bro. It's not fair, bro. He was supposed to be on a tanking team, not a freaking... And that's another thing, bro. Like, I think the NBA just does not want to see tanking anymore. So it's like, if it almost feels like they're trying to give it to the teams that are, in the lower lottery rankings.
It's piggybacking off that. Are you hopeful, optimistic that by drafting Cooper, some of the anger that had been directed at you personally will subside now?
I'm hoping so. I'm assuming so a little bit, maybe.
I'm not gonna lie, Nico. If anything, there should be more pressure on you to be able to win a championship in the next couple of years. But based on your recent judgment over the last couple of months, I don't know if you can even do that. Same guy that talks about having no regrets trading him also misjudged how people would react to said trade.
The anger and outrage from the fan base, has that exceeded what you were kind of planning for?
Yeah, good question. I did know that Luka was important to the fan base. I didn't quite know it to what level, but really the way we looked at it is, if you're putting a team on the floor that's Kyrie, Clay, PJ, Anthony Davis, and Lively, so that's a championship caliber team, and we would have been winning at a high level, and that would have quieted some of the outrage.
And now you got Cooper Flag to add to that squad. Hey, no excuses, Nico. No excuses next year.
I handed the baton to Luka. The anticipation is he would have been the face for a long time. Plans changed. There's now that anticipation for you. How do you feel about kind of that lineage?
And then censoring people that say fire Nico, getting them out of the stadium. Like, this is terrible. The franchise is clearly, trying to suppress the fans' voices. And to me, this just forever broke the trust that the fan base had with the front office. And honestly, man, quite frankly, this is a team that I'm actively rooting against for the next couple of years. And it has nothing to do with the fans, has nothing to do with the players, it has everything to do with the NBA, the front offices, just giving the Mavs Cooper Flag. Like, all right, bro, like, I'm done. It's over, bro. It's over. But yeah, man, that's where the video ends. And unfortunately, it's not a good ending, folks. And if you want another video to watch, I'll make it easy for you. It's right here at the end screen. Go ahead and check that video out. It's what YouTube thinks you would like. So go ahead and check that out. I'll see you in another one. Peace out.